Finally live, yeah? What's up, everyone? The 12 people watching right now. Finally getting back into uploading, so yeah, I'm gonna also be leaking some of the thumbnails for the new stuff, new videos that are gonna be coming out. So in this live stream, or what if Wednesday, I'm basically going to be showing everyone what type of what ifs or what new what ifs I'm going to be doing by showing you guys the thumbnails, basically as leak, kind of just showing you guys thumbnails before it is to come out. And I'm also going to be discussing stuff with you guys, so yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Bro, I can't hear you. I think that might be your fault, because I can hear myself on my stream, so a whole lot of Ritz crackers. Ritz crackers, they're okay, but you need a lot of water for it. Is it time soon the world shall know that foot reveal soon? Hey man, I said 50K. I don't think 30.8K, 50K just yet, you know. What if Deku was Shanks from One Piece? What are you saying? Bruh. How old am I? I don't know. I don't know how old I am. Yo, what do you think about what if Deku was Shanks? Okay. Now, with that, Deku would just be a complete and utter badass, really. He'd just be, like, goated. And Shanks doesn't even have a power. It's really just his overall swordman skills and crap that just allows for him to be so good. You sound like a boy. I never said I was either. Like, I legit just haven't said anything about it, and people have been speculating. So, at around 15 minutes in, I'm going to be leaking or just showing you guys what the new image or what the new thumbnail is. Bro, you can't hear me? Well, that honestly sounds like your fault. Can you do what if Naruto? Now look, I'm watching Demon Slayer as I'm going to be doing Demon Slayer What If soon. I like Demon Slayer, so I'm rewatching it. So, show us your feet. I can't do that right now, bro. Will we ever get a Gold Deku? I did that once back almost 2 years ago, which, if you think about it, that's quite a long time. So, Gold Deku, it may be coming soon. You never know. Can't hear you? Dude, I think your speakers just must be broken. I think everyone else could hear me, because if everyone else couldn't hear me, they'd be like saying it. Yo, why is my messages are not going? Bro, boy, you're capping about watching Demon Slayer. Nah, bro. I watch Demon Slayer while I work out. Like, I'll legit just be lifting weights while watching that. Yo, I wondered if you would do Demon Slayer what is. I mean, like, I just have to study Demon Slayer, and I could do it, you know. Don't speak. What? Remember What If Deku was a Joestar? I didn't finish that, did I? I have a lot of unfinished stuff. Like, I have a lot of unfinished stuff that I haven't done yet. If Deku was a god of calamity, I don't know what god of calamity is. I know there's an anime about it. What if Deku had Haki, I don't know how to pronounce it, from One Piece, of course. He's lying about watching Demon Slayer. Boy, Jake, you don't even, like, know who I am, bro. I legit have watched Demon Slayer, and I probably watched Demon Slayer before you did. I've watched Demon Slayer a while ago, but after about, like, episode 16, like, right at the end of, like, the whole spider thing, like, this was back in, like, January, I think, like, with the whole spider thing, and then I just forgot about it. Like, I just stopped remembering to watch the episodes, because I'd watch them, like, every Saturday, because I really couldn't do it because of, like, school and YouTube. What is your favorite I'm going to tell universe when multiverse Undertale? I've never played Undertale before, which is kind of odd. Cap, I watched Demon Slayer when it came out. Okay, Jake. Okay. I'm gonna call Cap on that, because you can call Cap on me, so I'm gonna call Cap on you. Alright, guys, 10 more minutes until I will reveal what the next thumbnail is. Let's see if you got muscle when you get 100K. No way you lift. Wait, boy, I work out. I play hockey. If I didn't work out, I'd be like a twig playing hockey. Do you have a cat? Yes, yes, I do. I have two of them, Cheeto and Shrimp. Do you know about... Yeah, nice try, my boy. No, nice try, my boy. What if Deku is the son of Kurogiri? I like that idea. I really do. So, with what if Deku was the son of Kurogiri, right? Now, Kurogiri is quite the odd thing. Mostly because Kurogiri is weird. Like, how would he reproduce and make baby? So let's just throw all of that aside. He makes Izuku somehow. Izuku would have a extremely rare quirk, like Midnight said, as we end up hearing in the anime that it's a shame that Kirigiri was a villain, since just portal quirks are extremely rare. So with Izuku having a portal quirk, I can't really see him becoming too much of a hero, right? As Izuku isn't going to have a way to fight villains unless he creates a portal underneath them that goes right to a volcano, which in reality he couldn't really do that, as that would be killing them, which is strictly against the hero law and all of that. So I feel like he'd end up taking more of a supportive role, kind of like Finral from Black Clover, mostly just being there to create portals for them when they need to escape or go somewhere. Isn't Ogiri Aizawa's friend? Yes, if you've watched or kept up with the anime, you know about that. What is the most rare quirk in My Hero Academia? Well, it has to be All for One, or a portal quirk, right? As All for One, how many people do you see with the quirk All for One? One person. And so with that, you have to think, oh, there's probably not another person, or we would have heard about it. What if Goku, aka Kakarot, landed in My Hero Academia? I think I did that over a year ago, too. Like, over a year and a half ago at this point. A while ago. What if Deku had the curse mark from what? What if Deku was... I can't read that name. I'm super bad at... Do I read Vigilantes? No, I do not. I have kind of read a little bit, but I haven't really read too much. So, we have 8 more minutes until I reveal what the part 1 thumbnail is and some other thumbnails for my new series. I love your vids. Thank you. So, he can have... Wait, before... Bro, man got timed out for only posting 3 messages. That's an oof. What if you were in My Hero Academia? I don't really like doing that, right? I don't really like doing what if I was in My Hero Academia, because I feel like I'd end up giving myself too much of a powerful quirk. And if I was in My Hero Academia, I honestly feel like I would just either have some sort of animal shape-shifting quirk or a cat quirk, or just totally just be quirkless, right? Because if you think about it, this really isn't realistic. All of these kids aspiring to be heroes, just growing up with these quirks, when... like, as soon as they would get to UA, they would be told how many people die in heroing. And the percentage has to be high. If I were to guess, around 1 in every 2 heroes end up dying because of a villain. So after they would tell him that, like, after he would tell all these kids this, I don't feel like many of them would want to continue on. Sure, many of them with the heart of gold may want to continue on being a hero, but after being told that they have very high risk of dying, I just don't see too many kids sticking around to be a hero. Those that you are asking right now, somebody already did, because I'm with this already. What if? Bro, it's been like 3 years since What If Dekus have like started. So you thinking that every idea is going to be original, that's simply not the case. And plus, you can't just say you copied off of another person because you did a what if they did half a year ago. Because that's simply not the case. Great minds think alike, and so say I see a what if, and I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. I want to do my take on it. And then I do that, but then people are like, yo, dude, someone already did this. It really just doesn't make any sense, really. So, from the DC, yes, even DC, someone did that already. That's basically just what Kid Zeus does, like DC and Marvel stuff. What if Deku was Koro Sensei? I watched all of this first season of Assassination Classroom, and Koro Sensei is quite the interesting thing. I'm honestly quite confused on what Koro Sensei is. Some tentacle yellow squid thing. So weird. Yo, Jake Kind, moderator, welcome to the plugins. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Jake Kind in the plugins. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, let's go. What if Deku had an OP quirk but was mute? See, I like something like that. That idea. I wouldn't say he was mute in the title. I would say, what if Deku had an OP quirk? However, I would that muteness to him not being able to talk, it would basically counteract his OP quirk, right? It would counteract it basically as sort of this balance between it. He's super OP, but yet he can't talk to people. So that means everyone would have to learn sign language, which would even be hard. Say if he's fighting a villain, he can't just yell out he needs help. He would basically just be silent all throughout it. So since he'd be silent, he couldn't really just say, "Help! I'm dying! Help me, please!" He couldn't say that because he was mute. So that would be the drawback of his quirk. He was mute because of it. If his quirk were to just leave, he wouldn't be mute anymore. So, with that just allows for greater horizons, but it also depends on how OP he is. Say if he's just smack dab crazy OP, one-shots every villain. Who cares if he's mute? He's not going to need speech too much because he's just going to be able to one-punch everyone like One Punch Man. However, if it was OP, like stronger than Bakugo's quirk or stronger than Todoroki's quirk, which are already super OP, say he had sort of a stronger quirk like light manipulation, that'd be an insanely OP quirk. However, Izuku, it wouldn't be so powerful enough that he could one-shot the Nomu. Yo, the Demon Omni, thank you for the $3. What if Deku had remastered copy, but better? So, with something like that, right, you have a remastered copy quirk. So, a copy quirk, right? So, a remastered, so I'd basically be redoing copy quirk, but it's stronger, maybe. So, with this stronger version of the copy quirk, Izuku just copies anything. However, it would basically times itself by 2. Izuku copies it, takes it basically, but the other gets to keep it, and Izuku takes it and a stronger version of it at that. So, with him taking it, he would just be able to have this insanely OP quirk that he can use. However, it'd be quite hard finding a drawback for a quirk like that, because when you have an insanely powerful quirk, you're going to have a drawback. Thumbnail Leaks Part 1 of my new series coming out in 3 minutes, everyone, so make sure you stay tuned for 3 more minutes if you want to see my new part or my new series that's going to be coming out on 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday for Part 1, Sunday for Part 2 on the exact same time. Oh, basically, what I would say is, or what I want to start doing, the stronger or the more OP the quirk is, the bigger the drawback Izuku's quirk is going to be. So, Izuku's quirk is going to be having a bigger drawback, but say Izuku's quirk is weaker, and Izuku has to focus more on strategy than just going guns blazing every time. So, with him focusing on strategy, the drawback wouldn't really be there, because he has a weaker quirk. Some people already did those what if. Already stop saying those since, bro, I already explained. It doesn't matter if people already did it. Like, still, I can have my own take on a certain what if. Just because someone else did it doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to do it. What if Deku was him from Bleach? What if Deku had a revenge quirk? What if Deku had a cloud quirk? So, kind of like Flying Nimbus from Dragon Ball Z, maybe. You can summon a cloud and it will fly right to him. Which, I don't see how that would be sort of affecting Izuku too much. Sure, it might make him stronger than a normal quirkless person. He can just summon a cloud or shoot clouds everywhere. But I would see with this, I'd make it so he could control the weather a little bit. So he'd be controlling the weather, like, he could throw clouds up into the air, and it would send, like, lightning bolts striking down, or something like that, which I feel like that might be a little bit better, so, yeah. Alright, setting up the leak right now. There it is, everyone. There it is. This is the new series. I decided I wanted to redo the series a while ago, but I wanted to redo it because the last time I did it, it was one part and it was only 40 minutes. And I feel like I could do this series just a heck of a lot better. I feel like I could do this series so much better with, like, just the thought of Izuku having just a quirk like that. Just the thought of Izuku having such a powerful quirk. I feel like with my enhanced storytelling abilities, with all the stuff I've been able to do now, and like growing as a storyteller, I feel like I could do this series a lot better. So that's what's going to be new, coming out on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So feel free to check my channel out when that comes up. So, yes. So that's what's going to be coming out now, or Saturday. So I might as well just go ahead and tell everyone what is going to be just the next two parts or the next two videos over the next couple of days. So the next one is going to be just this Bond movie right there, as Bond Part 8 and Part 9 are going to be coming out. Part 8 tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, normal time that I do upload. And Part 9 will be coming out Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time as well. There is Part 9. Right there, you have Part 8, or this is the movie, this is Part 9. So, those are basically the leaks. So, continue on with just all of these suggestions for new series. Thank you, the Demon Omni, for $2. What if Deku had a magic quirk / Doctor Strange? Now, I've seen Infinity War, I've seen Endgame, so I've seen some of Doctor Strange, but I don't know too much about him. So with the magic thing, so I'm basically gonna think like the opening portals type thing. I'm not too sure about it. I'm not that confident in his abilities, so I really have no idea where I could go with that. What if Deku had a quirk based off of Megumi from Jujutsu Kaisen? Jujutsu Kaisen what ifs are going to be coming out when season 2 does end up coming out. I'll be doing what if Deku's during season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and maybe even I'll throw in some Jujutsu Kaisen what ifs of their own. Like Yuji Itadori, I believe his name was. It's been over like a month since I watched it, and I haven't rewatched it yet, so it's been a little bit. What if Deku had the Infinity Stones? I did this, but it was only 2 parts, and I never finished the series. I'm not sure where I left off on it, but I know I enjoyed the series. It really was just an OP what if, though, for Deku. Like, Deku is just insanely powerful. If he somehow managed to collect all of the Infinity Stones, that is, which I don't see that happening realistically, but let's just say it would happen, and he'd be insanely strong. Like, this is just someone who could snap their fingers and all of eternity would die out, all just because of Izuku's wishes. What if Deku was Muscular's son? Now with this, I would basically just say, what if Deku had a strength quirk? Because that's really all it is. And Muscular really is a minor character. So, with that, titling it, what if Deku had a strength quirk? It'd basically sort of be like normal Deku with One For All, just at a weaker point. However, I see Izuku being stronger than he actually is with One For All currently in My Hero Academia at this point in the anime. And that's only because Izuku has to unlock the different stages of One For All through just working out and gaining more muscle mass. But, so, with that, Izuku would also, basically, he'd be able to, just with this strength quirk, he wouldn't have to unlock it. He'd just be strong from the bat, right off the bat, so he wouldn't really have to work for it. And if he did, he'd just get stronger and stronger. So I see him just being a tad bit stronger than he is in My Hero Academia at this current point, but he's not going to beat current My Hero Academia Deku, as Deku has all these other things like Black Whip that he can use to his advantage against a Strength Quirk Izuku. What if Deku had a quirk deleting quirk? I like this idea because this opens up just the spectrum of what could happen with this quirk deleting quirk. Izuku could just go around to all the villains he sees and just be like, nope, you don't have a quirk. He can just click the backspace button and all of a sudden a quirk is gone. This is an insanely powerful What If Deku, and I feel like I'd only do that in a one-part sort of special, where it'd be like 20 minutes, and Izuku would just going around deleting all of the villains' quirks. So, but I would also make it so he has to touch them in order to delete their quirk, making it a little harder for him to do it, but it wouldn't be too hard. What if Deku was in Demon Slayer? I gotta finish rewatching Demon Slayer, and then I will most likely be doing something like that. So stay tuned for that, as I'm most likely going to be doing that in the coming weeks. Maybe at the end of September even. Just depends where I'm at with Demon Slayer at this current point. Those are the thing. Do you get... How about what if Deku had the powers of... I never played Genshin Impact. What if Deku could copy and paste quirks? I'm gonna say that's what that was. But as a child, he'd probably delete Bakugo's quirk. Yeah, I see that happening, right? Say Izuku doesn't know he has this quirk. He doesn't know he has a deleting quirk. Bakugo starts bullying him all willy-nilly, as Bakugo's like, ugh, stupid quirkless Deku. How useless are you? Deku gets mad, of course, by this, like any other child would. He gets mad, and so he's like, you know what? Fine. And he just what if he just ends up pushing Bakugo at one point? Izuku's not the saint his mother thinks he is. Of course, he's probably pushed Bakugo at one point or another in his childhood. So when he makes contact with Bakugo, oops, Bakugo's quirk's gone. And as soon as Bakugo tries to retaliate, oh no, he's quirkless now because Izuku had erased his quirk. However, I don't see it fully erasing. I kind of see it like with the overhaul quirk erasing bullet thing, how it just locks the quirk away. But with the power of maybe just over time or training, he slowly unlocks the history. He slowly unlocks all of the, he slowly unlocks his quirk back. Finally being able to get it. Finally being able to get his quirk back all the way after years of training. So I see Bakugo barely able to find his way into UA with a weaker explosion quirk from what he had at the start. What if Deku had a quirk or enhancing quirk? Now, this quirk, if Izuku just had this alone, it'd be useless. Izuku needs something else with this quirk to make it better. So since Izuku needs something more with this quirk, he would need a second quirk, rather than just one quirk enhancing quirk. So with him basically needing a second quirk, Izuku would need a second quirk, which I'd need to think of. What if Deku was in a gang? I don't know about that one, bro. Don't know about that one. What if Deku had Dark Shadow? Oh, it's like La Brava, so Izuku would enhance the quirks around him, enhancing. So that would basically bring back to the Kurogiri discussion, right? Izuku would basically just enhance the quirks of others, basically just making him more of a support hero rather than a full-on, just normal hero. So, why don't we get some meme suggestions up in the chat? I remember doing some, like, what if Deku was a Teletubby at one point in one of my old live streams. So, why don't we go ahead and do that? I mean, that'd kind of be fun, right? What if Deku was from the hood? Oh, that was an old one. An old series. What if Deku had Squirrel Girl's powers? What if it was unbalanced? What if Deku was the reincarnation of Cell? What if Deku had a bean cork? Like, just the vegetable bean. So, like, he could spray beans out of his hands. Basically, just having the power of protein on his side and vegetables. Is bean a vegetable? How do I not know this? How am I this dumb? So, basically, with Deku having this bean cork, just being able to spray it all willy nilly, everyone, Izuku, I don't think would find himself as a hero, right? He'd basically just be feeding the coffee population if these are coffee beans, or just feeding the local homeless population at a local homeless shelter. I can see Izuku doing something like that, so. Wow, this is very laggy. Is it? I don't know about that. Hold on. What do you mean? Does ever is it laggy, everyone? I don't know if it is. I can't tell. It's also at ultra low latency, which means I can communicate to you guys better. So that's why it's maybe a little more laggy. No, okay. What if Deku was the servant of fate? It kind of is. Yeah, it's mostly just because of the ultra low latency, which allows me just to talk to you guys in almost real time, like we were on a phone call. So that's pretty much just what it is. What if Deku was a bully, kind of like what Bakugo? What if Deku was sus? Sussy Deku. So, what if Deku was sus, right? What would happen if Deku was sus? I see this most likely of him just kind of weirding out Bakugo, causing Bakugo just to mostly stay away from him, not like wanting to bully him just because of Izuku being that one weird kid that might like eat erasers or something, like in the back of the classroom that just like throws erasers at everyone after like putting them up their nose or something, like the one ass clown but sus version, I guess. That's a bad representation. What if Deku had an explosion and Bakugo was bullied and got one for all? So what if Izuku and Bakugo switched places? I like that idea. I like I like that idea. It's an interesting one, of course. So with them switching places, it's really not going to change too much, right? Izuku's just going to be Bakugo, and Bakugo's just going to be Izuku. It's basically like if we just switched the names around, then be fine. But if it's very laggy for you, I suggest restarting your computer or just reloading the tab, as I think it might be your issue, as not very many people are saying it's super laggy. Sussy Deku. Yo, Deku, bro, stop being so sussy. What if Deku had telekinesis? So basically, like Inko's quirk, but more powerful. So, what if Deku had telekinesis, right? Izuku would end up having this stronger version of his mother's quirk, possibly even stronger. Say if Inko hooked up with All Might somehow, Izuku having this insanely strong telekinetic quirk that just allowed him to grab two buildings and slam them into each other. It would be interesting that. Can you not see my mess? Huh? What if Deku was an imposter from Among Us? Hold on. That had to be done before. Like, that, I need to see if someone has done it and who. What? I can't say. What if Deku was the imposter from Among Us? It exists. Yo. What if Deku had Among Us villain? What if Deku had Among Us powers villain? What if Deku was the imposter part 1? Gory. Bro, what? And then you got like, and then you just have the Gacha Life Among Us stuff for like hours. You have the Baku Deku Among Us stuff. Which it's Gotcha Life, of course. Bro, I don't know why people spend their free time making that. I don't know why. It's like stop motion, but in Gotcha Life. I just don't understand it. I really don't. Deku was a stoner. Bro, Deku, oh my gosh. These crayons, bro. I can taste their colors. And that was when I realized I could sense things. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing anymore. Just reading out stuff. Yes, I can see your messages, Z. What if Deku was... I don't know who that is. What if Deku had a healing quirk? What if Deku was the son of the Human Torch? So basically, Izuku can just light himself on fire whenever he wants. It's like, oh, you dare grab me. Oh, too bad. I'm on fire now. What you gonna do about it? I'm fire. What if All for One got One for All? Now, this would be... I'll do a mini what if during this, right? So, what if All for One managed to get his hands on One for All? How would this impact the events of My Hero Academia and just the things after that? So, let's say All for One managed to somehow find his way and get a way to take Izuku's quirk One for All. If he somehow finds a way to do that, he'd become unstoppable, taking One for All away from the grasp of Izuku, so Izuku wouldn't be able to do anything about it. As with One for All gone, All for One basically just becomes the supreme overlord of the entire country, world, whatever you want to call it. You would just become completely unstoppable, being able to mold the world into anything he saw fit of it. So, it's not possible, yes, because One for All wouldn't allow All for One or someone so evil to be able to get their hands on the quirk. However, say it was, then that basically just causes the entire world just to be thrown into the dumpster, and All for One becomes just some crazy person. What if Deku had a servant, basically a legend in history that fights for you? So it's kind of like a stand from JoJo. So he basically has a servant who fights for him. So basically like a historical figure like Henry VIII or Edward, King George III. I'm just listing out European monarchs. Joan of Arc, one of them. Like something like that. What if Deku with the Quake Fruit? I watched like 200 episodes of One Piece, but I just never could finish it because I'm like, I don't want to watch 800 more episodes and counting. It really just isn't worth the fight for me. What's up with you? Huh? What do you mean, Electric Angel? So, bro, what's your deal with We the Celestials? What do you mean? Did I have beef with them? I don't remember. I mean, like, I don't necessarily, like, am I subscribed to them? No, I'm not. Interesting. The chat's moving too fast. How are y'all typing so fast, bro? It's on slow-mo. Calm down. Did he type again? I don't know. Shoot, I scrolled up too far. God. Yo, Electric, what are you talking about? If you said something, I didn't see it. I'm too slow. Some old video you called them out 3 years ago. Damn, bro. I remember calling them out. I didn't necessarily like them back in the day, you know. Cuz I didn't see them as like the best what if YouTuber, like they deserved like all the subs they got. But now I don't really care, to be honest. It's just the only reason I didn't like them was all because of like legit they would upload a part 1, right? Upload a part 1, upload a part 2, or they'd upload a part 1, wait a week, upload part 2, or have a like goal. And if that like goal was met after 2 weeks, they'd finally get one out. And it's like even one of their series now, What If Deku Was a Super Saiyan, I think it is. That one has been going for, like, hold on. Let me see. Part 1, the March 21st of 2019 was when part 1 was released. And the latest part 22, was in May 9th of 2021. That's 2 years. That's over 2 years that series has been going on. That's why I didn't necessarily like them. Because who's going to wait 2 years to watch a series that's only 22 parts? If this ain't no series that's coming out every single day, that's like multi-layered, has so much dialogue, and is legit like a series you could find on Netflix, who's gonna stick around for 2 years? I sure as heck wouldn't. I remember when I started my channel, they were on like part 10. And if you look, my first ever What If Deku was a legendary Super Saiyan, I started my YouTube channel because I was inspired by Anime Junkie, and I wanted to have my own spin on What If Deku was a Saiyan. I wanted my own version because they didn't finish it. So I wanted to do it myself so I could finish the version in my head. But I changed up so many things that it just became its own thing. And he was a legendary Super Saiyan, not just the normal Super Saiyan. Shoot, I don't have water with me, damn. Man, my mouth is dry. What if Deku turned crazy after seeing everyone in Class 1A die? What if Deku went insane? So, that's an interesting one. We the Celestials take too long to get done. They never finish series like over here, like, where in the world is What If Deku had a regen quirk? Hey, I did What If Deku had a regeneration quirk, back in like March of this year. If you want to, it's kind of a dark series, but feel free to go check it out, Hey, by the way, there's 40 people right now in, 40 people in the live stream right now. How many of you guys are in my channel Discord? Feel free to go ahead and join that while you're at it, That'd be pretty cool of you guys. It only has 154 members since the last channel Discord kind of got hacked by somebody and deleted the entire server. So, yeah, anyway, feel free to go ahead and join that server, as I'm most likely going to be in one of the VCs after this, talking with fans. So, go check it out. It has plenty of things. You can upload video suggestions on there, emoji suggestions for the server, thumbnails, fan art, memes, all sorts of things on there. So go check it out. I'll just spam the link a couple of times. Give everyone an equal opportunity of making it in. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Tons of people just joined. Let's go. Anime Outlet. What if Deku had access to every single quirk? So basically he has some sort of stockpile of this quirk. Like he can just reach back into his mind or something and can just use this quirk willy-nilly whenever he wants. Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. But I'm not quite sure. What if Deku had a convincing quirk similar to Shinso? So Izuku can convince anyone to do anything. So with this, I would see Izuku somehow running. Just say Izuku could do this. He can convince anyone to do anything for him. Izuku can go to the wealthiest person in the world and say, give me half of your fortune. And boom, Izuku has half of the wealthiest person's fortune. Like, say, Jeff Bezos, whatever you call it, gave Izuku $80 billion. Izuku's now $80 billion richer, and he'll never have to work a day in his life. And it's all, technically it's kind of illegal since Izuku, used his quirk to get it, but who would know that? as Bezos wouldn't know Izuku used his quirk on him. So since he doesn't know he used his quirk on him, then he's not gonna know anything about it and like would just give Izuku that. So yeah. What if Deku had Monika's powers from like Dragon Ball Z? Is that what you're trying to say? I think that's what it is. I'm not quite sure. That can. What if Deku could create vents that connect and was the only one who could vent, like from Among Us, like from Among Us? What if Deku would have stand from JoJo? There's so many stands. It's hard to choose which one it would be. What if Deku's anime outlet? That's kind of like what if Deku was a YouTuber, basically. But that'd be kind of strange because it'd be like what if Deku made what ifs on himself. I think there's actually what if Deku was Mr. Beast out there. They're old ones. What if Deku was Mr. Beast? Yeah. These are like old series. Like really old. And then you just have the Gacha Life stuff of basically just a whole entire Mr. Beast video, but just like class 1A girls sitting around it watching, which if these videos are being monetized, that's like borderline just stealing Mr. Beast's video because it's like legit just Mr. Beast's video smaller with a bunch of Gacha Life characters around it. Like if they pause the video and make it like an actual reaction, I can see it like not being like that, but nope, it legit just looks like the entire video is Mr. Beast's video, but with the class 1A girls just sitting around it. That's kind of dumb, I guess. If Deku was OP but depressed, you can pick a quirk. I don't really like depressed Dekus. Now, I don't really like singing Dekus either. I mean, I could make a good depressed Deku, but it's just hard to capture the emotion and just pure thing that a depressed person goes through. And it's kind of like, I just don't want to do that. Now, I don't like singing Dekus, and I don't like Dekus that make Deku seem like a total crybaby. Like, but that's not like just necessarily everything. Now, if Deku has a weak quirk and is bullied, I understand. But if Deku has this insanely powerful dragon quirk where he can just spit fire breath at anyone who dares stand in his path, but yet he's a crybaby, why? He can just whoop anyone's butt anytime. He's guaranteed to be a hero. He's guaranteed to be in the top 25 at least. He has like his entire life set out just because of a draw he got lucky with as a baby. If Deku create his own quirk. That one's an interesting one, right? Because with Deku, if he had this power, he would just create one for all. And as soon as he saw another hero he liked or admired, boom, he creates that. He likes Bakugo's quirk, boom, he creates that. It's just an endless cycle of Izuku being like, I want that quirk. Now he has it. I want that quirk. Now he has it. I want that quirk. And now he has it. It's basically just over and over and over again, just the same old thing. Since I think there's a couple of new people in here, I might as well show you all the new series coming out Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys haven't been watching for the entire thing or are new to the stream, this is the new series that is going to be coming out on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So stay tuned for that. Too cursed. It's really just because I want to redo it, as I just haven't gotten the chance to redo it, and I did it like over a year and a half ago at least, so yeah. Really just want a chance to redo it. Oh my gosh. Yo, what if Deku... Do you enjoy making what ifs? I really do. I like making the stories and stuff. It's really quite fun. So if you guys want to create a what if, I suggest doing it, or at least trying it. I know you did it a year ago, but it involved OnlyFans. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I got all of that in 40 minutes, which honestly is quite shocking, right? Don't. What? Electric, what are you talking about? I honestly don't see how I could create a series in under at least an hour and a half now. I just don't understand how I could do that. It's like I now like have dialogue and character development so much. It's like just insane how much time it takes me to create a video or parts now. As you guys know, the Bond series is now going to be 9 parts long. Part 8 coming out tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Part 9 coming out Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yeah. What if Deku had an evolution quirk so he can change people's bodies and mutate their quirk? Notice. I'd say if he had an evolution quirk, Izuku could evolve his quirk into something that fits his given scenario. If he could evolve someone else or change the way someone else looks, that'd be a little too overpowered. What if Izuku could count the ABCs? I think it's not counting, or it's reciting the ABCs. But I don't know. What if Deku had all of One For All's quirks instantly? See, now All For One's quirks are basically quite the mystery. So if Izuku had all of One For All's quirks, that would be quite hard to do. So yeah, that's quite hard to do. So yeah. What if Deku had an analysis quirk like Taskmaster? What if Deku was God? You could just be like, I don't like you too much. Be gone. And boom, bada bang, Izuku is gone. He's just done for, which is just quite interesting. Like, Izuku could just all of a sudden be like, oops, now you're gone. Oops, now you're gone. Oops, now you're gone. Hey, I didn't mean to, you know. Bro, I've been telling you about this. What if Deku had Kamui? Like, Kamui Woods? Is that what you're talking about? I think it is. One for all, not all for one. I'm confused what you mean there. What if Deku had breathing styles? I have to rewatch Demon Slayer, but as soon as I finish that, which should be around the end of September, Demon Slayer what ifs shall start happening. So things like what if Tanjiro saved his family in time, or things like that. Just certain things like that which could alter Demon Slayer immensely. There's the Discord link for those who have not joined. Make sure you guys join. I'm going to be on the VC in that Discord right after the stream ends. So make sure you guys join. I see a ton of you guys started to join after this. So please make sure you all join. What if Deku was Cars, not... Okay. Ultimate life form. Okay, so what if Deku was Cars' ultimate life form? So he basically can just change and manipulate his body into basically being whatever he wants. Basically, Izuku is just cracked at Fortnite, and he's insanely... My dead meme. Dead meme, bro. Oh my gosh, it's a dead meme. Basically, Izuku's just insanely overpowered in that one, which is a lot of what these suggestions are. What if Deku had a quirk to control all 5 senses but scared of everything? If someone was scared of everything, they couldn't really live life. It's like Oh my gosh, bro. Air, dirt, grass, trees. I don't see how someone could live like that. So, if he was scared of everything, I really don't see a best cat hero, the anime outlet hero. Yes, sir. What if I forgot? What if Deku had 5 stands? What if Deku had Black Whip as his OG quirk? What if Deku had a supercharged quirk? What if Deku had Pokemon? I remember writing a fan fiction, actually, writing a story about what if Deku had Pokemon, and I it was only like 5 minutes long, but I enjoyed making it. I could see myself doing what if Deku was Pokemon in the near future, like if a Pokemon game just releases or something. I could see myself doing that. What if Deku had access to every single quirk like he was born with all quirks? I don't know. I think he'd be killed from a young age, mostly just because if he got manipulated into becoming a villain, he'd just be too powerful. So, yes, it'd be good if they raised him to become a hero, but if you really think about it, he'd be better off dead, since if he was alive, there's higher risk of him just like turning evil if he rather than if he was a villain or not. What if Deku had a reality quirk, like he can just shape reality? What if Deku had a Pikachu quirk? What if Deku had the Omnitrix? I don't really like Ben 10 that much. I mean, it's okay, but I don't like it enough to do a series on it. Can you search? Explain so you know the meaning of the what if. Alright, boy, I got you. Is a space-time ninjutsu that can be used with Obito's Uchiha Geku Sharingan. So if he had the Kamui Sharingan, I think. I have not watched enough of Naruto to know that. What if Deku could copy old heroes' quirks? So I think of this like, what if Deku was reincarnated as an old hero? Something like that. I think that'd be more like what it would be. So Zuko gets reincarnated from being with like older heroes inside of him, so he has like older powers or less strong powers that aren't too strong. I don't know. What if Deku was an internet troll? That'd be kind of interesting, but I don't know. Anime is like pretty desperate, huh? What do you mean? I'm not reading the names. Could transfer quirk. What if Izuku could transfer quirks to people by touching 2 people at a time? Now, I don't see too much of a use for that, as Izuku being able to transfer quirks to people, that's not all too useful in like a mindscape sort of thing. The demon Omni, thank you for the $3. What if Deku had a plan quirk? Gran Torino. So, like, what if he had a speed quirk? I think is what you're saying. So, say Izuku had a speed quirk, kind of like the Flash. He could control his own speed. This could be insanely powerful, right? Especially if Izuku can go insanely fast and run into things without getting hurt at all. So if Izuku were to be able to do that, I see him basically just launching himself at a villain like a jet speed, crashing into them, which would basically just knock them out almost instantly, pretty much. So I can see that basically just causing him to be quite OP, but it'd be quite interesting. I think it'd be like Godspeed or something, but I'm not quite sure. What if Deku was... I don't... What if Deku was... Cars, not ultimate life form, so has the light blades that go through, so he would die to sunlight, though. So, what if Deku was basically a Pillar Man? He'd basically just be a Pillar Man, but the strongest one at that. But what if Deku was a chibi and was a shadow like Kirigiri and had a pocket space? Your opinions on it? Will you do it? That sounds kind of like a Gacha Life video, to be honest. That's my opinion. Um, what if Deku could copy anyone's body structure? So basically, kind of like Toga's, but he can just do it at will instead of having to get their blood. I can see that. That's pretty interesting. What if Deku had a luck quirk? Probability manipulation. What if Deku had unique powers from Doki Literature Club? Basically, no, he's in an anime and can edit the anime is. Have you played Metal Gear Rising Revenge? No, I have not. Revengeance. What if Deku was the only Power Ranger? Obviously, he would be the Red Power Ranger because obviously the Red Power Ranger is the best Power Ranger, and anyone who thinks otherwise is not very educated. Like whatever Power Ranger you want, I don't care. I have no idea what my PC specs are. No idea at all. Think it would be the Green Power Ranger? Yeah, that makes more sense. He'd be the Green Power Ranger, which the Green Power Ranger is a pretty cool one. Yeah. If Deku was the god, but he doesn't know, that'd be strange. He can't get taller and is in the shape of a 5-year-old. So what was the quirk for that again? He was a shadow. So basically, if he was a shadow, he wouldn't have a form. And so he'd have to stick to other people's shadows, which means he'd basically just go non existent at night. So I don't really see what you mean by shadow, but if he was like Kirigiri's body, which I think is what you meant, if he was Kirigiri's body, he'd basically just. What's the point of making him like stuck in a 5-year-old's body if he's like a portal person? Like there really isn't any like just point to that. Matthew G. I have no idea how to build a PC. Like I know how, but I just don't have the time to do that. I mean, I probably can. I'm just like not very smart in that, and if I tried to build one, I'd probably end up messing it up. Like I know where to plug pretty much everything in. But I'm just doo-doo at it. So you already know I gotta I don't even Can you turn slow mode off? No, that's just basically an excuse to spam. Slow mode's only 5 seconds too. What if Deku had his own quirk? Like I mean original I think lightning cuz one for all gets people quirkless quirks with one for all. I'm kind of confused on what you meant by that. No, he would look like but he can touch people. It's just a shadow covering him. So the pocket space is being able to store infinite objects. That's quite complicated. I don't know about that one. So, chat, how much longer you guys think I should go? I've been thinking I should end all of these off at an hour, as What If Wednesday will be just around an hour long. What do you guys think about that time? What if Deku could... What if Deku was half demon, half god? What if it was half demon, half god? So basically, what if Deku was half devil, half god? Pretty much. Same thing. Just with a different devil demon word. Deku, what if Deku was half demon? 2 hours more. Nah. I'm not. I can't go that much longer. I'm like already tired from talking for an hour straight. I mean, like, if you guys know my What If Deku had a perfect copy series, or What If Deku had a perfect copy, that movie, it wasn't even a series. It, honestly, I recorded all like 3 hours of it in one day, which killed me. I was so bored. About to hit that 1 hour mark, everybody. 40 seconds left. Get your what ifs in. Get your what ifs in, y'all. What if Deku had a black hole quirk? Sounds interesting. What if Deku had a mix between his parents' quirks, green fire, and he can control? Pretty interesting. 20 seconds, everyone. 20 seconds. What if Deku was Master Chief? What if Deku could step from shadow to shadow so he'd basically OP at night? So that's kind of like the Class 1B person, right? You can hide in the shadows. It sounds pretty interesting. Well, everyone, that's where What If Wednesday episode 1 comes to an end. I hope you all did enjoy it. Make sure you stay tuned for What If Wednesday episode 2 coming out Wednesday or next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, as these should hopefully be every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. unless I have something I have to do. So yeah, I thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye.